Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Fuck, man. Fuck. I just wanted to go on a hike with my daughter. Get a little bit of bonding time. I never wanted this to happen. My little girl's out there somewhere. And it's all my damn fault. The cops are making me talk to a shrink tomorrow. I was the last person to see Amanda. I'm at the top of the suspects. The shrink is one of the hypnotherapy specialists. I'm afraid what I'll say when I'm under. Amanda is 16. That age when it gets harder to connect with your child, you know? I thought, hey, conversation land with urban legends attached. That'll be fun. And she was excited. I knew she was into that kind of stuff. You know, she watched those ghost hunting shows and read online about all those urban legends and stories about scary places, all that crap. I just want to make my daughter happy. And for all I know now, she's dead. No, I can't think that way. Mustn't think that way. The conversation land is several towns over. I won't tell you the name of the towns it encompasses. I won't tell you the town I live in. If you find out on your own, don't go there. It's called Raft Pines, except in all the folklores, it's called Whispering Pines. Something about locals hearing whispers when they're walking around the place. A local tribe goes on and about how their very ground is cursed there. Of course this just brings more tourists. God, I know... God knows. I was one of them. Fuck. All sorts of stories connected with the place. Only one I was able to substantiate was the story of a serial killer named Jack Brennerweather. He killed 15 little girls there in the 50s and buried the bodies in the woods. I found a newspaper article about it on the microfilm in the local library, and they never found any of the bodies. When I called Amanda early last Thursday, I told her I called her out of school sick. She was intrigued. I told her to wait at the library for me. I picked her up from the library and we went to breakfast at a diner. Then I drove to her mom's house and left a note. When I explained to Amanda we were going out for a hike in all whispering, as I heard some ancient redneck say on a YouTube clip, she literally jumped up and down with excitement. We parked in the muddy lot about 12 p.m. There was the light drizzle. We each had bags filled with trail mix, a light lunch of ham and cheese sandwiches. Oh, what the fuck, it does matter what we brought. I need my daughter to be alive. Jesus, Amanda, Fuck, Amanda. Oh God. Oh God, please be okay, baby. I had a map, and we brought flashlights. I brought my phone, and so did Amanda, in case something bad happened. Like one of those broken ankle. That was the worst thing I could thought would happen. How fucking naive. We didn't hear any whispers, we didn't see any ghosts. For the most of the hikes, it was remarkably boring. It was pretty, and a little quiet for the woods, but nothing strange had happened. Only when I checked my phone and saw that it was 3 p.m., I told Amanda we should start heading back. She pleaded, asked if we could just keep walking for one more hour. Please, Dad, she said to me. I just wanted to try to find this weird tree. They say it looked like a person. A tree that looks like a person, I asked. She said, yeah, it looks like a person, with their arms raised over their head. And I sighed. I agreed we could walk, but only for one more hour. The smile on my daughter's face was enough to silence my aching back. We never found that tree. Next time I checked my phone it was 4:30 p.m. and I forgot to mention there was a little bit of snow. Even with the gloves and warm coat, after 4 hours plus in the woods, your bones starts to ache with the cold. I told them, look, honey, we need to start going home. The sun was starting to set. I knew we'd end up walking back in the dark, but we had flashlights, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Her mother was going to kill me. We separated. Even with the notes on the kitchen table, I knew she was going to shoo me out, and I thoroughly deserved to get yelled at. I was wandering around in the middle of the woods all day with my daughter, when she should have been in school, but with the divorce, I only got to see her on the weekends, and I could feel us growing apart. I did what I did out of love, and love is the most dangerous emotion there is. We attempted to double back for the parking lot. I guessed it was roughly 5 to 7 miles away, maybe more. When I checked my phone, I saw it was 9 p.m. I started to panic. It didn't make sense. There had been trail markers, little orange flags attached to certain trees so you didn't get lost. And we followed the trail, but we kept walking and didn't seem to get anywhere closer to the parking lot. It was full of night now, and much colder. Amanda said she was getting scared, but I told her it would be okay. If we walked for another hour and didn't find the exit to the trail, I'd call someone for help. And an hour went by, and I found the number of the local park rangers. I called and got through up to a man named Greg. I told him the situation, and he said he'd come to get us right away. And I called my wife, and after she stopped yelling, I told that Amanda was fine, that we'd just gone for a hike and got lost, but a ranger was coming, and not to worry. She yelled at me some more, but I think she was glad to know where Amanda was. And then there was the light. Christ, it was the brightest white light I'd ever seen. And with it came an explosion. A noise so loud my ears were instantly ringing. I couldn't even hear Amanda scream right next to me. I felt like I was on an airplane. My ears hurt like that. The pressure was extremely painful, and my head ached. And I saw Amanda run away from me. I yelled at her to come back, but I couldn't even hear my own voice over the noise. I was damn near blind with the fucking light. I begged for Amanda to stop running, to come back. I felt something begin to drop out of my nose. It was blood. I felt a little trickle beginning out of my ears, and I blinked, and my vision went slightly red. I ran my finger under my eye, and it came away with more blood. I screamed as loud as I could for help, but for Amanda to come back. And when I just screamed as loud as I could, not hearing the words or even the sound, just screaming as loud as I could until I could feel my throat go raw. It felt like hours I screamed. I ran around looking for Amanda and hearing that deafening noise. Despite how fucked my hearing was, and all that time that light, so bright I tripped over roots and fell into trees. But still I kept running. But still I kept looking. I had to find my daughter. I had to find my little girl. But at some point, despite my fear and adrenaline pumping through me, desperate to find my daughter, I must have passed out. The next thing I remember is a park ranger named Derek with his flashlight in my face. I was disoriented, and the first thing I did was to take a swing at him. When I realized who he was, I calmed down a little bit. His lips were moving, but I could barely hear what he said. My ears still rang a high-pitched whine. I took out my phone and saw that it was broken, not the glass. I mean, the phone wouldn't turn on at all. I grabbed the ranger by the collar of his shirt and yelled as loud as my damaged vocal cords would allow. "Where is my daughter?" They still have the teams out searching the woods. I was sent to the hospital immediately. They told me that at the hospital, I'm lucky the ranger found me when he did. They told me I had a stroke, a minor one, but that if I hadn't been treated as soon as I might have been suffered serious brain trauma. They told me I only suffered minor brain trauma, the ear doctor said, or rather wrote on a piece of paper for me to read, that I'd suffer some noise-induced hearing loss. He wrote that I'll be lucky to hear at least 50% of what I used to. I'm too distraught to even care. Those damn woods, they took my daughter! And I have no idea what really happened. All I know is that I have the night terrors now. I'm back in those woods, and Amanda is running from me. And in the way dreams do, suddenly it's been hours and I'm about to pass out. Only, I catch a glimpse of something before I go under. Skinny long limbs, and a strange fucking shaped head, grey skin, tall, and I can hear it speak to me, in my head. It speaks in a calm tone of voice.
No one